Going, guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, don't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. I say this intro 1,000 times a week, and I still can't get it right. But anyway, today's Friday. Like I said, happy Friday. You know what that means. The Friday night live stream story time with Stock Market Steve begins at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. So all my channel members, all my loyal listeners and watchers, I look forward to seeing you there. Anybody that's new to the channel, you're welcome to come. Don't cost anything except your laughs. We're going to get it on tonight. Now, check it out. I saw this story. This story broke yesterday, and it's out of Nassau County, New York. Shout out Nassau County. And it's about a Nassau County executive named Bruce Blakeman, who signed an executive order to ban all men from female sports, or trans athletes from female sports, well, from county facilities. And they're also banning teams that have trans athletes, from competing against schools that do not. And it also includes going into female bathrooms and stuff like that. Might cause some controversy, but I agree 100% with this. No matter what you see yourself is, or what you define yourself as, male or female, you still have distinct advantages as a man playing against women in sports. Now, this executive order says they want to protect women's sports. I fully understand that. Without further ado, let's take a look at this, and it'll somewhat support some of the stuff of why I feel this way. Take a look.
A first of its kind move in the entire nation. In New York County, banning girls' sports teams and leagues from county facilities unless they ban transgender competitors. The move was announced a short time ago by Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman, who says the order protects girls from unfair competition with biological boys. The order says an individual's gender is identified as their biological sex at birth, not whether they identify as transgender now. News Nation's Laura Engel was there for this bombshell announcement. Laura, when will this go into effect?
Hi, Nicole. It's going to actually happen immediately. And there was a united front here at the Nassau County Executive's office behind me. We saw female coaches, we saw athletes, and a lot of parents that surrounded the county executive as he made that decision today, announcing this order and signing it in front of everyone that, as you mentioned, would not only ban transgender athletes from girls' sports, but would also ban them from girls' locker rooms. And that change happens effective immediately. And as we take a look at some of the issues that happened here today, Bruce Blakeman, the Nassau County executive, signed that order surrounded by those young athletes, and there was a huge round of applause. Transgender athletes competing in girls' sports has long been a hot topic issue nationwide. With Blakeman's order, Nassau County is not only banning the practice in his county, he is also barring all girls' sports teams and leagues from participating in competitive sports unless they agree to ban transgender competitors at Nassau County's 100 ball fields and athletic facilities. The order, which is believed to be the first in the nation, goes along with Blakeman's prompts, he says, in part after hearing complaints from parents and female athletes in Nassau County who said they feel transgender athletes in female sports is discrimination against girls. Listen.
It is an unfair advantage for someone who is a biological male to compete against a biological female. And again, I view this as a form of bullying, and it will not be tolerated. We tolerate no bullying in Nassau County.
And we had this recent example of controversy. Remember this video taken at a Massachusetts high school girls basketball game? It was back on February 8th, and it shows a transgender player who is much larger than the other players taking the ball from a girl, causing her to fall on the ground. Coaches on that girls' team reportedly had to forfeit the game because the other players were afraid of getting injured ahead of upcoming playoff games. Currently nationwide, there are 24 states that ban the practice of transgender athletes taking part in in sports. So we've got more to go on this here in New York on Long Island. This is a very bold move by the Nassau County executive and one that is being watched nationwide.
As that's the news, and I honestly got to agree with that. I told a story in my live stream yesterday that a lot of you guys really liked when I told a story about how a friend of mine got into a altercation with a guy and called me and a few other people to come get him from a faraway place in New Jersey. We get there, and it was more than just a simple argument with his girlfriend where somebody intervened and punched him in his face. There was a gay dude there dressed like a ballerina that was the size of Earl Campbell. And the madder he got, even though his voice was altered, the more masculine he looked. This dude looked like Ricky Williams. And there was no way, whether his sexual preference was whatever it was, that we wanted to handle that. You know, they even tussle with him. Now imagine that guy, Peaches, who I'm talking about, that story I did last week. You guys remember? Imagine him playing basketball with a bunch of girls. Would you, as a female competitor, stand in front of him to take that foul when he's rushing the lane, 240 something pounds, 6 foot something? No, you wouldn't. See, regardless of how you feel about trans people, everybody has a right to express themselves, and with all this new stuff out here where people want to identify as this and that, you can do all that you want, but you got to accept the scrutiny that come with it. I agree 100% with this ban, because if you have men, regardless if they think they women or in character or not, they will make records that will never be broken. If you pay attention, and like a lot of this news flies under the radar because nobody really pays attention to it like that, except people that are usually, you know, vested in this. 3 girls were hurt in that picture. That was a story out of Massachusetts. I was going to do that story, and then I was like, I'll leave it alone. But 3 girls were hurt. And, you know, a lot of people that are standing up and saying a lot of this stuff and getting upset saying, oh, you know, trans people are being discriminated against and stuff like that. Some stuff you have to have limits. It talked about these athletes going in women's locker rooms. Come on, man. Come on. You can't. Come on. I know some businesses where transgender people can go into the women's bathroom. You're still a man. And it ain't about them. It's about those that they want to be a part of and whether it's acceptable to them. Whether you realize or not, a lot of women out here take offense to dudes acting like women, because women go through a lot. They deal with their monthly, they deal with a lot of issues that only they understand. And somebody dressed in costume standing around them acting like they sympathize with them, they might not say nothing, but in the back of their mind, it's insulting. It is. Look at some of these high school sports that are out here. You remember the girl with a transgender dude or whatever spiked the volleyball, messed her head up, messed her neck up? You remember that? What about the transgender dude that won the wrestling title against girls? Come on, man. Come on. It makes no sense. They'll create records that'll never be broken. Track, things like that. I agree 100% with Nassau County, New York. I'm rolling with them. There are other places around the nation that's like, hey, that's not fair. It's not good sportsmanship. It's not good with competitiveness. Because I'm not going to lie. If my daughter was out there playing, some of these kids are playing for scholarships. They're prize recruits. And then other teams got men on them, and that person gets hurt and messes up their college chances. What do you say now, those who object, that say men should play with women? What if it was boxing? Let's look at that. What if it was boxing or football? Would you want them out there competing there? Some of these boys nowadays in high school is bigger than grown men. I seen a kid that was 6'7", 340 and muscle. And you want to dispute because you want your daughter to, or your daughter can't go out there and play with that man, getting tackled by that type of person, big like that. This whole thing, man, I mean, honestly, it seems like, we used to have gender equality. Now it's like gender confusion. It is. And I don't have nothing against nobody trans because I don't feel as though what they do affects me. And it's just my opinion. But I mean, when you try to push a lifestyle or a way of thinking on other people and they don't agree with it, and all of a sudden they're persecuting you or they're doing this, it's unfair. Stop it. Stop the bullshit. For real. We need to have serious discussions about stuff like this. We do. It seems like nowadays in America, they're trying to create this certain type of human being that goes against the laws of nature. It's like we seem like we're our normal human instincts, we're trying to depress them or just make ourselves instinctively ignorant. Like, I mean, we all know the difference between right and wrong, and we all know the difference between fair and unfair, even though we don't want to admit it, because it's already in us. You might not like the outcome, especially if you're on the side that feels as though you didn't get justice or you didn't get fairness, whatever, but there's losers. For there to be a winner, there's always a loser. For something to be built, it has to be something to be destroyed. These are cosmic, just standard cosmic knowledge. It is. And it's like people want to go against the laws of nature and they want to go against all of these other things over sports. Justify because a man wants to look like a woman, he should go in there and shower around naked women. If they're not trans and he's naked, they still see what he got. And he see what they got. It's like a dot on the page. What's wrong with this picture? Oh, ignore the elephant in the room. This is not to offend anybody, but I mean, stuff like this needs to be said. I almost cussed. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I stand with Nassau County, New York, and anybody else that goes along with this because it's not right. They want to protect women's sports. I'm down with that. Just like I'll be down to protect male sports. Sports is a way for people to get away from an escape a lot of times of the streets, of just problems they have at home, to learn working as a team, sportsmanship, camaraderie, build character. And now we're threatening that with a bunch of crazy stuff. Come on, man. Some people out there need to be ashamed of themselves. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.